there. It's been a very good experience.
Now, Charlie, I got to ask you before I forget, we had online, and some people had this question. Do you ever raise your voice at the young kids?
Well, my son can tell you, yes, I do. Some occasions, but they have to hear me, and they have to hear me loud. So I used to do that in football as well, and basketball.
I bet they listen. Charlie, let's go back to 1989. You're in Thomasville. Frankly, you probably could have gone almost anywhere. What led you to Florida State?
Well, one of the main reasons was being able to play for Coach Bowden. As we know, he's a living legend, and I was grateful that I had the opportunity to be a part of his program here at Florida State for 5 years, and a great man of God. And so my parents trusted him, and I trusted him because I wanted to play basketball and football. And he was one of the guys that allowed guys to do that, Brad Johnson. So he had a little history on his side, and plus it was a good football program. So I wanted to be a part of it, and I was grateful that he gave me an opportunity.
Charlie, we're glad you made that decision. Let's go something to 1993, move forward to your senior season. There was a freshman who came in, Coach Bowden, I think, went to you and said, could this freshman be your roommate? He had a little tragedy at home, and see if you could help him. Warrick Dunn. Tell us a little bit about that year and your relationship with Warrick Dunn.
Well, actually, Doug Williams was the inspiration behind Warrick and I becoming roommates. Doug is, of course, from the Louisiana area and played at Grambling, and I got an opportunity to see him my junior year. And he had mentioned that Warrick was coming to Florida State, and he wanted me to take care of him. So I was fortunate to be able to not have a roommate during that year, and so I brought Warrick in to be my roommate. And that year was a very good year for both of us because we had an opportunity to sit in the room and talk. Believe it or not, we did talk. We stayed in our room a lot. We were homebodies. We didn't hang out that often, so we watched television, we talked, and it was great for him to be able to have a roommate like me because we were very similar. And I was willing to listen to him, and he had a lot to talk about. And that year, of course, was a very good year for us. As we sit here today, he was the one that was the most inspirational in us beating Florida that game because he caught the touchdown. So great for him being here as well and changing positions.
Do you think the senior roommate did okay with the new kid? Charlie, let's talk basketball just a second. You played here with 3 other NBA first-round draft picks. Pretty darn talented team. There was Sam Cassell, Bobby Sura, Doug Edwards, Rodney Nobar, Chucky Graham. Talk a little bit about what it was like to play with those guys here.
Well, it was very good to be able to play with those guys. It seems like, well, we needed a point guard that could distribute the ball. That was my job. So I knew that. I knew coming from football that a lot of times my job was to get the guys the ball that could score. And I stole all the ball. So understanding my role and coming from football, I wasn't basketball skilled. But having those guys around was a great inspiration because a lot of them were encouraging because they encouraged the coach to let me come out and play early on in my career, my days here. And we went on to have a very good basketball year. Sam came to us from junior college, which was a great pickup for us. And of course, he went on to do great things in the NBA. Same with Bob. So we had a very good nucleus, and we played well together.
They all appreciated getting the ball from you to shoot, right?
Somebody had to distribute the ball.
There you go.
The rest of them weren't going to pass it.
When you gave it to Doug Edwards and said it was a dark hole, it wasn't coming back, was it?
That was my job. I was a quarterback, so.
Charlie, let me ask you this. How did you handle schoolwork, you were student body vice president, and 2 sports. How did you handle time in college?
Well, it wasn't easy, but it did help to have people that were willing to help me reach my goals, which I was fortunate to be able to earn my degree as well. But I had professors, outdoor education, therapeutic recreation, that worked with me when it came time to work with me as far as scheduling time, and also the academic department here was very helpful as well. So it wasn't easy, but it had to be a lot of people involved in making that my reality, my goal a reality, and I'm grateful that I had those that were willing to make me have an opportunity to graduate, something that I can say today I'm proud of.
Charlie, let me ask you this. Let's go to football again. 1992, we travel up to Atlanta. We're playing Georgia Tech. I remember there was a World Series going on. But we had a tough game at Tech. We go into the 4th quarter. We're down by 14. And I don't know whether it was you or Coach Bowden or somebody said, we better go to the 2-minute offense. We got to hurry up. So we went to the shotgun and 3 or 4 wide receivers. And it's like college football changed at that moment. Talk a little bit about that change to your fast break offense.
Well, we were supposed to win. we weren't winning at the time. Very similar to the way our guys are playing this year. They wait to the last minute to make this thing
ahead of your time.
Jesus.
W is a W, baby.
We changed to our 2-minute offense because we were down 17 points in the 4th quarter, and the only way that we could make any kind of run at it was to speed the game up, and we ran like a few plays, and all the rest of it was ad-lib, make something happen, and that's what happened. And so we were fortunate during that time, just like our group here, we got a break. We got an onside kick, which gave us an opportunity to score a little bit quicker. And that's what happens sometimes when you're down. You need breaks to be able to continue to make that comeback. And we're fortunate that our defense stepped up, got stops when we needed it. We scored when we needed it at the right time, and we were grateful to be able to pull it out.
A good victory at Georgia Tech, and college football was really never the same after that. 1993. You and a very talented group of teammates went down to Gainesville. We had 1 remaining regular season game. If we won that game, we were going to make the Orange Bowl. Daryl would be happy from Ocala, right? We were going to make the Orange Bowl. We were going to get to the national championship, and you might even win a Heisman Trophy with a win there. But we were ahead at Florida. They started coming back on us. We found ourselves... I've been to Florida Field a lot. It was the loudest that we've ever heard Florida Field. It's what I call a howling swamp. We're up by 6. They kick off to us. We're back at the 21-yard line. 10 to go. 2 passes got batted down. 1 almost intercepted. It's 3rd and 10 from the 21 at Florida Field. And Gene Deckerhoff kind of called it like this. That was a pretty good play there. You remember that one, Charlie?
Yes.
Talk a little bit about 1993 and coming back in the swamp.
Well, it was we understood and knew going down there that it was going to be a very, very tough game for us. And of course, we were, I think, number 2 or something because we had lost to Notre Dame. And we knew we had a lot of things at stake, which was the national championship, have an opportunity to play in that. And they had a 23-game winning streak at home, which no one could beat them down there. We knew it was going to be loud down there. However, we knew we had a very good team, and we were experienced as well. And we kept the crowd out of the game, the entire game until like the fourth quarter. And that's when they made their comeback. And that play, as Doug was mentioning, was the loudest that day. I couldn't hear myself. We had a hard time communicating. But we were fortunate that I was able to flush the pocket and also hit Warrick in stride. And we got a good block from Tamar that sprang him. So, of course, that was a great day for Seminoles as we cut off the Gators' tail. We shut the mouths a little bit anyway. We did something to keep them calm. And it was a great day for us because we continued to move on to play in the national championship, which we were grateful for, 1, and 2. We were confident that we could win it because we hadn't lost any bowl games. So that gave us great confidence, but it was a tough game.
A great victory at the University of Florida. Some people, I want to mention something, some people say, well, do we add some more orange and blue to the stadium today? The answer is absolutely not. Home games are never side games, and that's because Dean Moore always said, when the other team comes here, they got 2 chances, slim and none. Yeah! So no more orange and blue today inside. Warrick, talk a little bit about what was it like. I know you're a man of faith. What was it like to play for Bobby Bowden here at Florida State?
Well, that's a great, it was a great blessing to be able to have Coach Bowden as our spiritual leader, as well as our leader on the field. The biggest thing was he lived it. He lived his life that way. It was a great encouragement to all of the guys that were under him. Because we saw it each and every day. Of course, none of us appear perfect. However, he was very, very instrumental in not just my life, but a lot of guys who played under Coach Bowden. And, you know, that was something that we cherished, we enjoyed. Getting an opportunity to go to church with our teammates. We went to 2 churches every August, which probably wouldn't happen today, but Coach Bowden didn't care. But he was just one of those type of guys that I was grateful to be able to play under, because he's like a father figure to me. And I didn't go into his office that often, but when I did, I knew it was something serious. Whether that, I didn't hang in there too often, but he did speak, but I saw him live his life, which was the greatest inspiration to me.
Tell us, what was your thought process as a senior? You did have choices. You could have done NFL. You chose NBA. To me, it appears to be it was quite a good decision, a 12-year career in the NBA. What was your thought process on going basketball?
Well, I wanted to have options, and having the opportunity to play basketball my senior year was going to give me that option. And with that choice, in life we make choices and we have to live with the consequences. With that choice, it kind of threw me out of the loop with an NFL career, especially being a first-round pick. But I heard that I was going to either be the 3rd, 4th, or 5th-round pick, so I wanted to continue my basketball career, give myself an opportunity to play in the NBA as well. And once it was all said and done, the NFL, I did the necessary things, almost everything, not everything, but to play in the NFL, but that wasn't God's plan for my life. And it gave me an opportunity to play in the NBA, got drafted by the New York Knicks, which I'm grateful for. Got an opportunity to play for some great coaches and play with some great guys, and also play in New York, which at the time when I went to the Heisman, that was my choice. I chose to say that I'm not going to play in New York when I was there because of all the hustle and bustle, and lo and behold, that's what God sends me. So, if you want to go somewhere and do something, say you're not going to do it, and God sends you.
You all knew that for about 5 years, the line in New York City was the best quarterback plays for the New York Knickerbockers. Charlie, when you watch number 5 for Florida State right now, Jameis Winston, as a quarterback, what do you see as a player on the field?
Well, he's definitely a guy that he refused to lose. Ever since he started playing, he's very competitive. He wanted to play me in basketball. That's his backyard. So that's the kind of competitor he is. I'll get him one day. But he's another guy that you want on your team, especially with the ball in your hands, as we've seen this year. He's brought us back time and time again, whether it's to get a touchdown, to get a field goal, or whatever the case may be. He's been very encouraging on the field, and as you know, we've all seen that as well. He's growing, he's maturing each and every day off the field. A lot of things he does off the field doesn't get the positive things, I should say, doesn't get the notoriety that the negatives do. And unfortunately, that's just being a part, being a Heisman, being the quarterback on the #1 team or so, and getting that scrutiny. But, you know, I'm grateful that I have an opportunity to be in his life because he will listen. A lot of times people say, well, who's he listening to? He will listen. And he's made great strides in doing the right thing.
I don't think you could have a better mentor. Charlie, here's a softball. You now, both of your parents were teachers. You're a teacher now, you're a coach. What's your coaching philosophy with the young men you work with at Pensacola, Washington?
Well, the main goal, and I tell them this as well, is my main goal is not to win football games. Never take care of yourself and all the other things, but it's to help instill wisdom and values in them through the choices that they make on the field and the classroom, and you know, just giving them discipline and structure, and them understanding that you know that's what's going to define you and make you in life. You know, being late or not calling when you're late. We're trying to prepare them for after life, after football, because some may not go on to play college football, but they will have jobs, they will be owners, they will be parents as well, and the choices that they make today can definitely have an effect on what they do later in life.
Yes.
Coach, I think any parent would like for his son to play for you. Last thing, Charlie, what's it meant for you to be a Seminole?
Well, you know, not just all the pictures and accomplishments and things that I was able to receive here. You know, just have an opportunity to be closer to home, which was 30 minutes from here, getting my parents and family and friends an opportunity to come watch me play. But it's a great university. You know, Florida State, you go everywhere now. We got a whole bunch of alumni, regardless of where you go. You can always associate being a Seminole, great university, academics, athletics. So I'm grateful for that opportunity to get my degree here, as well as be an athlete. We didn't have all of this. This is just the street. But we're fortunate to be able to come back and see the legacy that was left here by a lot of the guys, not just myself, but the guys before me, to help build what we have today.
Yes. Charlie, your life is a testament to a lot of good things. We thank you for being a Seminole. We thank all of you all for coming today. Let's give our appreciation to Charlie. Go Seminoles. Thank you all. Thank you.